皆さん、こんにちは。アーサーです。今日はいつもと違って友達のオースンではなく、今、僕はアメリカに帰省しているので、昔からの親友のクリスとの会話にしたいと思います。なぜかというと、クリスさんは大谷翔平にめちゃくちゃ詳しくて、この間、多分1年ぶりにお会いしたと、1年ぶりに会ったら、なんか大谷翔平の話ばっかりをやってて、すごい感動したので、それをぜひ皆さんのリスニングのために、貢献できればと思って、その会話を撮影しておきたいと思いました。Don't you think so, Chris?
It sounds good. Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, well, we could talk about that, but I just basically introduced and said last time we met that you talked about Shohei Ohtani a lot, and I wanted to catch it on screen because I think a lot of people are interested in Shohei Ohtani. Thousands and thousands of Japanese people are going to be watching this. And in Japan, Shohei Ohtani is like a god now. He's in like bank commercials. He is everywhere. Like, you remember how like Ichiro was like god status? Well, he's been like overcome by Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani is even like bigger than that. And like the reason I wanted to talk with you was because, I thought that, a lot of Japanese people love baseball, and when one of their own go to the MLB, they're like, yeah, this is amazing. Don't you know about the Japanese player who moved to America? But the way that I thought about it is that a lot of the Japanese players were like just jumping into the pond with all the other fish, and they weren't very, they didn't have any notoriety so much. But when I heard you talk about Shohei, Shohei Ohtani, you said a lot of great stuff. And so I wanted to capture that today. But I think some people are kind of curious about how a handsome young man like you met a piece of crap and became friends with me. By the way, I gotta tell you guys, so American jokes, right? You basically have to say the most horrible thing you can think of, and they know it's not true, so it's funny. I don't want to explain it, but Chris and I, we have a lot of fun jokes. We've known each other for a long time, so we tell jokes like that. But
over half our lives.
Really? I guess so. Like, when was the first time we met?
2006.
Yeah, 2006.
Spanish class.
That was 18 years ago. Yeah, crazy, right?
And some people, that's not old,
Yeah, I know. Well, a lot of people watch this show are like in their 40s and stuff, 50s and stuff.
So they'll still scoff at that.
You guys are still young spring chickens.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm cooking chicken.
Oh, you are cooking chicken.
But it's the winter, so it's winter chicken.
Winter chicken.
Yeah. Okay. But
yeah, so how do we meet in Spanish class?
I ended up sitting next to you, not on purpose, because I had no idea who you were.
Yeah.
And I didn't like Spanish class. I got several D's. And so I wanted to waste my time bothering you.
Yeah, so we ended up talking.
So I was like,
how do we end up like becoming friends was it we were friends in we met in Spanish class, but then we had mutual friends through like Christian Zani, or was it I introduced you to Christian Zani?
Mutual friends.
Mutual friends?
Yeah. And so we ended up going to a group together, hanging out with Christian Zani and some of his friends.
A church group?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to a church group.
Youth group, yeah.
Yeah, I've talked about religion on this channel in my story.
I didn't even think to say youth
group.
Okay. So we went to youth group together. It's a while ago.
Yeah,
and then,
we were in high school.
High school, yeah. And then it just went from there because we had more mutual friends we didn't even know the other one had.
Yeah, I remember when the first time when we started to get along and stuff, and I went over to your house to play video games, and then you knew that I was learning Japanese, so you put on Akira for me. And then, we were laughing because there's a scene in Akira where the guy says, "Control room." You're like, I know what that means.
Like, subtitles, no subtitles needed.
Yeah.
That was so funny. And that was before you really even knew Japanese.
Yeah, I knew a little bit. But yeah, and then, so I've been living in Japan for like almost 10 years now. And so there was a period of a year when we hung out a lot when I lived back here. But like now when I come back and visit, I come back every Christmas season, and I don't really hang out with anyone other than you because you're the most like chill and laid back. He's a nice guy. But yeah, so I want to kind of talk about your background in baseball, although because you are wearing a Red Sox hoodie, and like
big Yankee fan.
You're a big Yankee fan, right?
Huge
Yankee fan.
See, that's American humor.
Yeah,
that's
American.
not true.
Yeah,
but I said
Red
it.
Sox.
But there's
so yeah, because you know so much about baseball. Like, what's your history with baseball?
When I was 12, the Red Sox started becoming really good.
Mm-hmm.
I was interested when I was 9 because of a pitcher named Pedro Martinez.
Oh, Pedro Martinez back then. Yeah,
and he came to the Red Sox in the late 90s. And
Yeah.
so I started being really interested in baseball because of him.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turned into more of, oh, I like this game. There's a lot of numbers and statistics. And I like numbers and statistics.
Yeah.
So, and then it becomes about breaking the curse, which the curse is the Red Sox haven't won the World Series, the championship, in a long time, almost 100 years.
Yeah.
And so it was like, this year is the year. And the camaraderie or the team thought behind that's just kind of like, we're doing this together, even though we have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, right.
But
and when did they win the World Series? Like 2002?
2004.
2004. Okay.
October 26th.
There you go.
At 12:01 a.m. But who cares?
Okay. Yeah, who's counting? You are.
But it was just after they won, and a lot of people are like, okay, that's over with.
Mm-hmm.
I became even more of a fan.
Yeah.
So I love the statistics part of it.
I feel like, I mean, this is kind of from even before our time, but, like in Japan, right? A lot of people think that, it's Japan, the major sport's got to be sumo wrestling, whatever. But it's like it's baseball, right? And so people are like, oh, all Americans love baseball. Baseball is the most popular sport, right? But like, actually, football is like more important. I feel like baseball is kind of going down in popularity in the States.
That's actually that ties into the impact of Shohei Ohtani.
Okay.
It's just funny you say that.
Okay.
So baseball actually a few years ago, through a very popular player, very famous American player in America.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's famous internationally, but his name's Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper. Okay.
And he was really, he's a dirt dog, which is another way of saying like he hustles, dives into second base, and he's
gets in the dirt.
Dirty.
He's a dirt dog. Okay.
And he's just, he's a dog, like just a barf, barf. Anyway, so but there's
oh man.
But he started a trend called baseball isn't boring. Baseball had to change their rules like 3 years ago and continues to make games shorter and go faster.
Yeah.
And make sure that there's less time in between the action.
Yeah.
So baseball was hitting a wall. That rhymed. And so
yeah, we're not even drinking alcohol. This is water.
This is not.
This is Chris. He's always like this. This is why I love Chris so much. If any of you ever come to America, please meet Chris. I'll post his phone number below.
Thank you. 911 is the number. 911 is what you need to call.
Okay.
But,
so why did he make like baseball more exciting?
Shohei?
No.
The other guy?
The guy, Harper.
Yeah. Bryce Harper started a trend where the best players in baseball, so like Bryce Harper, other people, now there's players named Aaron Judge who just won MVP. You have other players who go under the radar, like Paul Goldschmidt.
Paul Goldschmidt.
Yeah. I'm not even sure if that's his first name.
Paul Goldschmidt. Brian.
Schmidtstenson. Yeah. He plays for the Cardinals now, right?
Okay.
I don't know.
I have
no idea. Even I don't know. But but it was a trend to kind of like make baseball more exciting. Basketball is a constant go back and forth game. Football obviously has all the action. The biggest thing with baseball is there's no timer.
Yeah, right.
So it can technically last forever.
Yeah, right.
So that it was going too slow.
Yeah.
So Bryce Harper started being like, like a let's go, and being antagonistic.
Yeah.
And it was cool. It was fine.
Yeah.
I didn't care for it.
How does that tie into Shohei? Ohtani.
So Bryce Harper at one point got a contract with the Philadelphia Phillies for $300 million.
$300 million.
Well, I don't know what that is in other currencies.
That's like 300 million in Japan.
That's the number we're looking for. 300, 100 million.
What is it? 300億円. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It's probably closer to 400億円 now.
No,
yeah.
the first one. No, okay.
yeah.
So, and he had a huge contract,
yeah.
and so he was already getting paid. He was MVP twice, Bryce Harper was. And Shohei Ohtani plays into this. Not necessarily, he doesn't tie together with Shohei Ohtani, but where Shohei Ohtani comes in is I saw a tweet the other day that was very accurate. And it's like, people think baseball is still dying, yet you have other sports that are staying the same, as in,
like not growing.
Right. Not, let's just put it that way. Baseball is now handing out contracts for $700 million.
Yeah, right.
So baseball isn't dying. The owners aren't losing money. The teams aren't
because
losing
the contracts
revenue.
are going up.
Right. And people are paying and watching, baseball, baseball players, players.
Yeah.
And Shohei Ohtani ties into this because when he was in Japan, and, Americans love when Japanese players are posted, meaning it's like, here you go. He's a free agent. Americans take a look at him.
Yeah.
And Shohei Ohtani, what's so cool is he pitches and he hits.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of a joke when pitchers hit the baseball because they never practice.
Right.
This guy not only was hitting, which is like, okay, anybody can hit if they practice.
Yeah.
This guy was setting records.
Okay.
He set a record this year.
Yeah. That's fine. Don't worry.
Don't interrupt me.
Yeah, so, sorry, the oven just went on.
Oven interrupts.
Just beep because he's cooking chicken.
I'm cooking chicken.
Like a spring chicken.
The winter chicken.
Winter chicken.
So Shohei Ohtani hits a baseball, pitches the baseball, and he's two different things entirely.
Yeah.
And Babe Ruth is probably the most famous player ever.
Yeah.
He did both.
Oh, he did both too?
Yeah.
Well, so you say he's like comparable to Babe Ruth then?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The Japanese Babe Ruth. It sounds shallow, but it's like, that's the best compliment you could get.
Yeah.
His funny nickname is Showtime. Shotime. Showtime.
Okay.
And Shohei Ohtani marketed himself in the American market as a pitcher and a hitter who's capable of winning awards either way.
Yeah.
And so he got paid Bryce Harper's $300 million. Like twice. Because he can also pitch.
Yeah, so he's like 2 in 1, so he got like double the contract.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so he got $600 million. And then on top of that, he's going to bring in so much money to the Dodgers because he opens up such a massive interest in international market.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, add $100 million onto that, and it's $700 million is his contract.
Yeah.
And I don't remember how many years that's over.
Yeah.
Like these annual value.
Yeah.
Annual meaning year by year.
Yeah.
But it was the largest contract in North American sports history at that point. At that point. Well, total.
When was this?
This was 2023.
Okay, so just last year.
The beginning of it.
Yeah.
And then, but what happens, right?
Yeah.
They signed him, and what did to the Los Angeles Dodgers? Yeah. What did the Dodgers do this year? They won the World Series.
Yeah.
So it's not smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
So
you're saying so a lot of people like me think that baseball is kind of dying, but the contracts for the players are going up and up, and so if it was dying, the contracts would be going down because there'd be fewer viewers.
Nobody would care.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Shohei Ohtani, cool, he can pitch, he can hit, but who cares? Why would we sign you?
So what does the average American baseball fan think of Shohei Ohtani, you think?
Best player in baseball.
Really?
Unless you're biased and you like the Yankees and you think it's Aaron Judge. Sorry.
This is a Red Sox fan. By the way, if you wear a Red Sox shirt or whatever, you go to Yankee Stadium, you'll get beat up. If you wear a Yankee hat and go to Fenway Park where the Red Sox play, you'll get beat up.
Yeah,
it's a big rivalry, for those of you who don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I made that mistake never.
Whoops.
Yeah.
And so the average, so there are people, I actually know a particular person who literally watches baseball highlights with me, who I work with at a school.
Yeah.
Will only watch them with me because Shohei plays.
Yeah.
If Shohei wasn't playing baseball, they wouldn't care.
What is it about Shohei that makes him care, you think?
That's a great question. First of all, this person's very interested in the culture, Asian culture in general.
Okay.
Chinese, Japanese, Korean, whatever, right? The fact that helps. But number two, the guy is a feared hitter, meaning that the pitcher doesn't want to face him. And he always does something amazing. Because he's fast and he's strong. And he's got a good batting eye, which means he can see a pitch and hit it if he feels like it. Go ahead.
You know, is there like a concrete thing that he did during a game that you remember?
Yeah. So no player in Major League Baseball history. And people can argue about the stolen base rule all they want. I'm not going to get into it. But you'll hear hardcore fans saying, yeah, but the rules changed. And then it's like trying to make it not impressive, right? He stole 50 bases. Look up what that means. I don't want to go on and on and on. And he hit 50 home runs in one season. In the same season.
In one season?
In the same season. Yeah. So he's fast, he can pitch, and he can hit for power.
Yeah. That's like crazy.
That's not... So he's the first player in Major League history to steal 50 bases and hit 50 home runs in one season. Ever. And he just waltzes onto the Dodgers and just does it. It's like... People get signed to big contracts all the time and you don't live up to it. He'll live up to it on name and revenue by itself. So
you said even like even at age 30, he could be in like the Hall of Fame.
He's in the Hall of Fame now.
Oh, he is already?
Well, if he retired today.
Oh, okay.
But he has my vote.
Okay.
Baseball players have 10 chances to make the Hall of Fame year by year when they retire.
Okay.
And people have to vote you in. And if you miss the vote by a certain percentage, 10 years in a row, you can't get in. Unless somebody, I think that's like the Baseball Association. Anyway, I would put him on my first ballot, meaning like I'd immediately want him in. Not, fourth time around, right? First. Not only is he a Hall of Famer, he's not just a Hall of Famer, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. That's what's, he's done, he's 30. He's younger than me. And much better
looking. How old are you, by the way?
61.
61. So Chris, you look very nice for 61.
34.
34. Yeah.
So he's going to play another 10 years or so, I think.
Right.
11 years. So, but
so that's great. So what else about like Shohei Ohtani do you see him like making changes or like breaking records or making an impact in the United States? Do you see?
He got something called Tommy John surgery. It's when a pitcher's elbow is all out of whack. It's just broken. And he can't throw. So Shohei Ohtani couldn't throw for the Dodgers. He can't pitch. You're like, $700 million. Well, again, you market yourself as being able to do both. He got that fixed, but he could only hit for the team. He couldn't be in the outfield because he can't throw. So he could only hit. So he's known as a designated hitter. The National League just changed the rule where you could have a designated hitter to make it more exciting. National League, like the Dodgers would have had their pitchers, and it's just a little bit.
So before you had to, like everyone on the team had to do both, but now you can have designated. Your
pitcher had to hit. And now your pitcher no longer has to hit. But with Shohei, it doesn't matter. But he only hit. That's all he did. And he made it a priority to do it the best he can, and all of his stats went up. So what's so transcendent is that he couldn't pitch, and you think, well, that makes you half as valuable. But he goes, well, let me double my value by putting that effort into hitting.
So he became a much better hitter anyways.
Yep. Even better than it was.
Do you like see him on advertisements and stuff here at all?
Yeah, in fact, if you walk into, I was in, I think, Dick's Sporting Goods.
Dick's Sporting Goods,
and it's just more. He's advertising. He was advertised not with like a fat head, like the stand-up things, but more like his pictures
like
on.
Just a picture on
a picture like what it would be advertising something baseball related.
Okay.
I'm not even sure if it's Dodgers related, but just baseball.
It's just baseball
related.
goods. So you see him on baseball goods in American sporting.
Like it's showtime. And he's on the cover of the baseball game. MLB.
The baseball game?
Yeah, Major League Baseball 20. It does MLB, and then it's the year. I don't remember what one he's on. 2021, 2022. I don't know. He's going to be
baseball magazine.
Baseball magazine and a baseball video game, like the case.
Also, I forgot to tell you ahead of time, but So we're gonna have English and Japanese subtitles on this, so you don't have to like guard your speech so much. You can talk a little bit faster. I mean, because I can see like
no, I'm slowing down for the English speakers.
Yeah.
Because I just
well, I'm having a hard time catching up, but I like when we were talking before, I was just like, man, there's so much information happening, but yeah, I mean, I just want to tell you, like, you don't have to like dumb down what you're saying or like guard your speech or anything like that just because we're filming this. Although we do have to dumb down the insults we throw at each other normally.
Dumb down, not possible with you.
Yeah,
you're already as low as we can get.
Yes, exactly.
But no, I'm doing that just for the sake of not going too ahead of myself.
Yeah. I mean, I know because like before you just kind of like went off the rails. You just kept them talking, so I don't even need to ask you questions. I just want to hear. Give me more showtime.
Okay, this is crazy. Yeah. So he comes over from Japan. There's players named Ichiro Suzuki, Hideo Nomo, the Takashi Soto, Koji Uehara, people who were really good at their craft, meaning good at baseball. Yeah. Koji Uehara, in my opinion, had the best closing season. I said he best pitching season a reliever's ever had for the Red Sox. A closer. It means he closes out the game, right? Yeah. So the Japanese players just bring a work ethic. Yeah. That I just think Americans just
okay. So that's kind of interesting. So you feel like I'm kind of interested because you know in the MLB, you know, you have a lot of homegrown Americans. You have a lot of players from the Dominican Republic. And you have other players from Japan and stuff. Like, how do they play differently?
Yeah, I think Japanese players, you'll notice they have particular wind-ups. Like when they go to pitch, they look funny when they do it. Look up Hideo Nomo. The guy in his pitching stance is whacked. Yeah. Daisuke Matsuzaka for the Red Sox. His pitching wind-up was super slow, right? But it's like it just looks more old-fashioned. Yeah. And when they hit, they seem to have more of a purpose when they hit. Yeah. And they seem to have more of a concentration and more of an intensity and more of a, I need to bring good fortune to my team. Yeah. I need to like do well for a purpose. Yeah. Some Americans, I'm not going to speak for any other, but just some Americans, they just sometimes you can see them mail it in. I've been doing this since I was a kid. I got my big contract. Yeah. It is what it is. I arrived. Right. Yeah. And then I can't believe I'm saying this out loud to a camera and being recorded. Aaron Judge works hard.
Wait, I don't get that. Can you explain that to me?
I will. I'm trying to get through my vomit. So Aaron Judge works hard. He won MVP. He's not a player that mails it in. He works very hard to get better. Okay. That's just, you can't take that away from him.
So why are you holding your vomit?
Because I can't believe I said something nice about him.
But you don't, okay, because he's on the Yankees.
He's on
the Yankees. Yeah, okay.
And he won MVP.
Yeah. Dude, I know even less now about the Red Sox and like baseball than I did before. That's really saying something, you know? Yeah. So like if you throw out a name, it's just like over my head, you know? But okay, so then, but I'm kind of curious because, you know, like, what was it? Ortiz, you know, the Red Sox? Yeah. Yeah, so I think David Ortiz?
David, okay. I'll trust you.
Is it David Ortiz? Yes. I hope so, man. You should know this stuff. No, but because like so when I was growing up, you know, Pedro Martinez and David Ortiz, and like you had a lot of like players from the Dominican Republic coming up, you know, and the Dominican Republic like sends a lot of people playing baseball. Do they play baseball differently than like homegrown Americans?
Dominican Republic? Yeah. Yeah, I would say Dominicans, the way I've always heard it, not always, but you know, David Ortiz, Pedro Martinez, there's just an idea like Americans have a lot of sports. Yeah. The Dominican Republic, Pedro Martinez once said, the reason why I get so intense, and you can read this in his book, is when I go to strike somebody out, I pretend if I don't strike out this batter, my mother will die. Okay. Like, that's how intense the guy is. Okay. Right? Somebody will kill my mom if I can't strike this guy out. Yeah. And there's an idea when you're in the DR that that is your life. Yeah. That's not a part of your life. That is your life. Yeah. And everything else is happening around it. Yeah. In America, we have a lot of people who are good at baseball, basketball, hockey, soccer. Maybe not all four of those at once, but you know, you always have a choice. Yeah. The Dominican Republic has choices, but baseball's like, this is your life. Yeah. And this is how you, like, we play to play the game. Yeah. Ever heard of the World Baseball Classic? No. You actually, they now, in every 4 years, kind of like the Olympics in a sense, but you have a the nations put on their uniforms and represent their home country.
Oh, so World Baseball is actually not like the World Series. It's actually like an international thing. Okay.
Shohei Ohtani struck out Mike Trout, who's probably the best American player in baseball.
Okay.
He's very injury prone. He has a lot of problems, but he's probably the best player in America.
And Ohtani struck him out.
Yeah. To win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because it's a bracket.
Yeah.
Right? So he struck him out and he was throwing 102 miles an hour. Shohei Ohtani. It was insane. Man. And so
what's the average like speed for a pitcher in the MLB?
I think it's in the mid 90s. I think it's 95 or 4 at this point, 94.
So that's really good.
Man, he's unbelievable.
Yeah. So tell me more about how you feel, how unbelievable Shohei Ohtani is. I want to bathe in the glory of Shohei Ohtani through Chris.
He looks fake, first of all. He looks like he's chiseled out of stone. He's just the most handsome person I've ever seen in my life. He's just incredible. Anything you say is good looking about a man, he's that. He just is. Well,
it's funny because he does look really strong, but he has like that kind of
baby
boyish face.
Yeah.
And so it's like got the best of both worlds.
Yeah, and he's got this amazing hair, and it's just like, and he's got millions and millions of dollars. It's just insane. He's just like, wow, look at Shohei Ohtani. He even looks the part.
Yeah. That's funny because like I always felt like a lot of American baseball players were like kind of portly and kind of old and like, yeah, whatever. I'm a little bit past my prime, but I'm
spin the back end, the kid.
Let me hit the ball.
Because Babe Ruth was kind of like that. But he was the best.
Yeah.
And so setting that precedent, and there's this, not that all American baseball players do mail it in, but there's this idea. Shohei shows up, and it's not like he's just this, well, of course he's good because he's ugly. What else did he have going for him? He could have been a model.
Yeah.
It's like the guy's just amazing.
Yeah.
And then he can pitch and he can hit well at an MVP level, both sides.
Yeah.
That has not happened since Shohei Ohtani. Yeah. Shohei Ohtani, he's the first. Hasn't happened since Babe Ruth, right? Babe Ruth was in the 1910s and the 1920s.
So in like 110 years.
110 years. Yeah. 100 years. He's a once in 100-year player.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy he dominates in Japan, winning like 4 MVPs, 3 equivalent Cy Young Awards, pitching awards.
Yeah.
And then he comes over here and it's like, well, American baseball is different. What will change? Nothing. He wins MVPs here. It's just dominant. He's the best player we've ever seen in a way. And it's just like, let me just go to America and do this.
Yeah.
It's just like, boom.
Yeah. Would you say that like a lot? So I know you said that like Japanese players, when they come over, they play with more intention. But I remember, as someone who doesn't know much about baseball, I remember when Daisuke came over for the Red Sox, and they were like, everyone was so excited about it. They had like a little sign about it. He was such a disappointment.
Yeah, he was.
Does that happen with like a lot of Japanese players, you feel, or?
Sometimes there's even a player right now, Masataka Yoshida, who's on the Red Sox, who was really good contact hitter, not a ton of power, but he could hit the ball wherever it was.
Yeah.
And I think he's had a hard time adjusting to the Boston Red Sox because he's been fine, but he's been not exactly as advertised.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes Japanese baseball, people think it's, easier. I don't know if that's true. No. But it's just you have a way of playing. Then you have to adjust to American baseball. However, maybe we throw harder. If that's not true, we have a different media system. You're not speaking the language. Yeah. It didn't matter with Shohei. He just showed up. Yeah. It's like boom, the end.
Showed up and it was showtime.
But
Shohei.
There's a guy, Kurt Suzuki.
Yeah.
But then you have players like Ichiro.
Yeah.
Hideki Matsui for the Yankees, who it didn't matter. They just could come and just, the baseball terms, rake.
Yeah,
rake your leaves. Like he doesn't but they come up and they hit the baseball really well.
Yeah,
they pitch really well.
Yeah.
So
what do you think is gonna? So you talked about how you have this one person who's not really interested in baseball, but they're interested in Shohei Ohtani. Like, how have you seen anything else where you kind of see Shohei Ohtani breaking the mold of what baseball is in the United States people?
Yeah, I think that what he now is doing is he set the standard for what causes entertainment in baseball.
Okay.
He is the pinnacle of what makes baseball exciting.
Okay.
Because he'll strike you out on the mound.
Yeah.
And then he'll hit a home run off of your pitcher.
Yeah.
Like, not many people can do that. Yeah. So it's just, he has now made it so baseball can transcend sporting news and go to the evening news.
Okay.
famous Shohei Ohtani breaks record. Oh, what one is it this time?
Yeah.
The stolen bases, home runs I talked about before.
Yeah.
Boom. It's just on TV on the evening news.
Yeah, so it's not even on like the sporting news or whatever. It's actually making mainline news. Yeah.
Which who cares at certain points? But when you're able to dominate in a market that's not one you're used to, and it's just like, oh, come on over from Japan. Oh, wait, you're the best player in America? That means you're the best player in the world.
Yeah, right.
And you can be the best player anywhere you want to be. If you're the best player in America, you're it.
Yeah, right.
You're it, and he's the man.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is different leagues get different MVP awards. So the American League and the National League. Shohei's in the National League.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge is in the American League, right?
Yeah.
Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is a 6'8" monster. 6'7", 670? He's 6'8", 270.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's even more than that. And he has cleats on and stands up straight. He's like 6'12".
Yeah. He's giant.
Yeah, he's massive. And he bunt the ball for a home run. And he's just a world-class hitter in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
A player named Juan Soto. World-class player when it comes to hitting.
Yeah.
Give him a baseball to throw from the mound?
Yeah.
No. So they're not the best player in the world because they can't do both.
Yeah.
Shohei Ohtani could do both adequately and still be near the top of the league.
Yeah.
He's the best at hitting in the league. He's not just a good hitter that pitches.
Yeah.
You know, so
would you say now that he's because he had that injury and stuff, would you say that he's like a stronger hitter than he is a pitcher?
Yeah, time will tell, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
Because pitching's a lot more mechanical in a lot of ways when it comes to, you have to kind of, if you don't have it pitching wise, there's not many chances that you're going to be given to get better.
Yeah.
Because it's so important.
Yeah, yeah.
Hitters can struggle for months.
Yeah.
And you just kind of work through it.
Yeah.
Pitchers, if you struggle for a week, it's, well, not a week, but, you know, a month, it's like, we might have to, you know.
Yeah. Well, but he's not necessarily on the struggle level when it comes to pitching, though. He's pretty good.
And if he does struggle, he'll be given all the chances in the world.
Yeah. So so actually, I'm kind of curious because you say he's such a good pitcher and you talk about how he can really strike people out and stuff, you know. But does he have some sort of like qualities to his pitching other than being really fast? Like what's his specialty or what makes him such a good pitcher?
So when you want to pitch in baseball, what made Pedro Martinez, Roger Clemens, Randy Johnson so special is that they had a fastball that could be in the upper 90s, so 97 to 99 miles an hour, sometimes touching 100. Yeah. That you then had a secondary pitch, meaning your other pitches, that were 20 miles or more less fast. Yeah. So like Randy Johnson could throw 100 and then an 80-mile-per-hour slider. Yeah. His slider was much harder, faster, but he could change speeds so well that you just never knew what was coming. Yeah. Because you can have a hard fastball all you want. You just have to wait for it, though. Yeah. Just time it. Yeah, yeah. But then he throws a slider that slides 18 feet. Yeah. And you're like, and they look, what's crazy? Yeah. When the pitcher releases the ball, it looks the same up until it's halfway to the plate.
And then it misses.
And then it's like, whoop, what is it? What is it? What is it? It's a slider. Ah! You know. Oh! So it's, you know, and if it's 100-mile-per-hour fastball, you can't catch up to it.
Yeah, right.
Shohei has a splitter, which is a ball that looks like it's a fastball and then just dives down. Okay. And it goes like 92 miles an hour.
Yeah, so it's pretty much, it's really fast for even that because, you know, his fastball is so fast.
Right. Yeah. But even that, the speed difference is fantastic. Yeah. Really quick. Clayton Kershaw is a pitcher for the Dodgers too. Okay. Speaking of the Dodgers, his fastball at his peak was 97, 98. Yeah. And he could throw a curveball at 67 miles an hour. That's like 30-mile-per-hour difference. Yeah. Worked out very well for him.
Yeah, well, I'm sure because you can confuse the batters, you know.
And the timing.
So what do you feel is like the future for Shohei Ohtani? You've been watching baseball for a long time. You've seen a bunch of people's careers pitter-patter out, you know. What do you think about for him?
This is a prediction. Yeah. He could die tomorrow. You never know. Yeah. But if he does...
Knock on wood.
That he does, yes.
That he does not.
That he does not. He doesn't. Do not come to my house. So, I believe that he will go down, and people might think this is crazy, but he will go down, I think, as the greatest baseball player. Yeah. At least in the last 50 years. Yeah. Maybe even 75. Yeah. Because again, but the thing is, people want to play devil's advocate. Yeah. What was if he doesn't pitch well ever again? Blah, blah, blah. He'll keep adjusting to become so good at what he does. Yeah. Whatever he does, he'll transcend that thing even more. And so I predict that he'll have another really solid 7 or 8 years just as top MVP level play in some way, shape, or form each year. Yeah. Like Tom Brady.
Yeah, right.
Tom Brady, you know?
Yeah, Tom Brady for the Patriots.
Just for 15 seasons, Tom Brady was an MVP candidate every year, right? The MVP fatigue is when people feel like you've gotten too many of them and they start voting for somebody else.
Yeah.
I hope that doesn't happen to him.
Yeah. But in that case, he still kind of deserves it. It's just people are kind of voting for someone else.
And it can show if you came, no pun intended. It shows if you come in second or third.
Yeah.
And if you have 7 second place finishes, that's still like you'll notice that.
Yeah,
you know, so
cool, man. So well, this has been great. Like I said, I really don't know much about baseball, but I got really excited just hearing your stories, you know. And is there any sort of final message you want to share to our thousands of viewers who are going to watch this? At the very least, I think 10,000 people watch
10,000! All right.
So you're talking to 10,000 Japanese people who are interested in English, kind of interested in America, or I hope so. If not, I'm sorry, and baseball.
Well, yeah, hopefully they've checked out at this point if they don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my final message is...
The chicken is done.
The chicken's done.
Okay, we'll wait for the beat to end and then...
Yeah, it doesn't end.
Okay. Just
2 seconds. Okay. Stay there.
I'll cut it.
Yeah, don't cut it. Watch me walk away. No, okay, hold on.
That was the perfect time to cut it, man. It is. The oven's going off.
Do you want to say something, or are you all done with that? You good?
Oh, no, I'm good. Want
to keep going?
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Yeah. So once you pull it out, we'll just do your final goodbye message.
Yeah.
Give you a little bit extra time to think about it. This is great, man.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah.
We can do this as many times as you want.
Yeah, we talk about a lot of stuff. We're back. The chicken is out.
And we're back. Here on Channel 5 News, Shohei Ohtani becomes greatest player of all time. Find out tonight at 11 why that is. All right. Anyway, so I have a string.
Yes.
So I would say my final message is that...
It's okay. Your strings are kind of lopsided, but we all love you anyways. You got to hold that joke for after we cut.
So I would say that Shohei Ohtani, I think, already is the greatest Japanese baseball player ever.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
He is transcending. Give us more of your players. Make more Shohei Ohtanis.
Make more Shoheis, please.
Just do whatever you can to promote him and say, hey, kid, you're a really good basketball player. You're a really good football player. What? I don't know. Football? I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. It's not ignorant.
There is a football league in Japan.
There is.
Yeah.
Like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Americans don't know much about international culture.
Yeah.
But look at Shohei. Become Shohei. Just he is so transcendent in that sense. Make more of him. Yeah. Clone him. I don't know what you do something.
Yeah, I think they can clone him. They got the technology.
We have the technology.
We have
the technology, but I don't want to spend a lot of money. That's from
a great show. We talk about that Damley fight later.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, Chris, I hope if we get a lot of views, I might just.
It's all right.
No, it's fine, man. It's fine. Yeah. So if we get a lot of views, we'll probably have to do this again. If not, let's say goodbye to being my friend. Never talking to you again.
Let's still do it again. This is fun.
Okay. Even if no one watches?
If I'll be the one view it gets.
Sounds awesome. Okay. Let's do that.
Sounds good.
Okay, see you, man.
Sounds good.
But just don't touch my hand like that.
Ah, come on. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no.